Waters? Moore?
Here.
O'Kane?
Here.
Shaner?
Here.
Scott?
Here. Can we stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with interviews for the Airport Board of Trustees. Sarah Murray. Sarah, please come forward. State why you want to serve on the board, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, did you ask me a question?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, sorry.
Tell us. Yeah, I can't hear in here either, but mine's because of old age. Tell us why you want to serve again. Why you want to continue to serve.
So I think I bring a different perspective to the airport board. I am not a pilot. I'm just a frequent traveler. I'm also a business owner in the community. My husband and I own several businesses here. I also have just a different perspective from financial perspective. I'm a partner at Deloitte, and so I understand tax and finance and accounting and all those things. So it's allows me to question things differently than maybe somebody that doesn't have that type of experience. I'm also a licensed attorney, and so I have some perspective around our contracts and asking questions around. I see the laugh at the attorney piece. Yeah, we do our best, but I ask a lot of questions, Dan. That's all right.
That doesn't always help, but go ahead with your story. You were doing good in the accounting side.
I know. Okay, so I love numbers and I love words. There you go, those two things. So I feel like I bring that type of perspective as well to understand what our contracts look like and talk to Amber about maybe the way we're structuring some of our agreements. And I just have really enjoyed my last 2 years on the board as well.
Sure. Yes, this will be your second term.
Second term, yes, renewal.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, thanks for making the application. I've heard good things about what you do on the board.
Great,
so,
thanks.
Yeah, so thanks for making the reapplication.
Okay.
Glad you're enjoying it enough to reapply too. That's great.
They twisted my arm.
Yeah.
like
Have
this.
you already been doing all these things with them? The attorney work, the accounting work?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yep. No, and it's
They've been letting you.
I'm also not a native Sioux Cityan, so I feel like that kind of helps too, where I bring
That does make a
perspective
difference.
from a
It really
different-
does. I'm not a native Sioux Cityan
Yeah.
either, and it does make a difference, I think,
Yeah, it does.
in a good way.
Yes, I'm a transplant, Iowa transplant.
Me
Here
too.
I am.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Jonathan, I'm not even going to try because I'll not get that name right again. So just come on up and tell us why you want to serve, continue to serve.
Good afternoon.
Good
Well,
afternoon.
I think this will be my third term on the Historic Preservation Commission.
Okay.
And when Jim Jung brought me on, he set me to task on starting with the Downtown Historic District, which I know, Bob, it was been a dream of yours for a very long time. And I think other members of the council, past and present, share the same idea. Honestly, we've come a long way. We've got a lot of work done with the Pearl Street District. We've had to make some adaptations and changes to the project, but we're not done. We've got a long way to go, and I don't like leaving things unfinished. And through our grant efforts and other monies that we've been able to establish, I do think we're going to finish it. I just don't know how soon in the future we will be able to finish it.
Good.
And as I said, this will be my third term. I serve on the Downtown Preservation District Subcommittee, and this year I started out with the HP Week Subcommittee as well. So I'd love to continue to serve and do the best that I can to bring Sioux City forward in terms of our historic development.
For the record, we have it listed as this would be your second term.
I apologize. Maybe it is my second term.
If
Yeah.
reappointed.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, then you're good to go on that.
Yeah.
If that's the case. Any questions?
Well, I love it that there's projects and things that you still want to see completed. I love that. That's a great motivator. When you start something, you want to see it through, and you want to see enough motivation that when you are gone, onto other things, not greener pastures, I won't say that.
Yeah.
But, then someone else is excited. They see what work's been started, and they want to finish it,
Yeah, I want to leave it better than I found it.
which I think you already have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Craig Levine for the wastewater treatment plant. Tell us why
I'm
you
just
want to
looking
serve.
Okay, I'm just looking for the opportunity. I saw the vacancy open, so I thought it'd be nice to try to get more active into that area. I kind of want to know how some of these things work. I worked on the original wastewater treatment plant 15-plus years ago, and so it'd be kind of nice to see the progress going forward, and I want to know why some of the utility rates go up, and just be part of the solution.
Questions?
Did you say you worked in the wastewater treatment?
Well, I'm an electrician by trade.
Oh,
And my first project as an apprentice was actually the wastewater treatment plant when they did it 15-plus years ago, so kind of interesting going back.
Thanks for making the application.
No problem.
Add a lot. to
I
the
do too, I
committee.
appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to the consent agenda, items 3 through 14F. Consider them to pass unanimously. If you want to speak on an item, please come up as I read that. If you want to speak on an item not under the agenda, please come up under citizen concerns. Remember to always state your name and address for the record, and remember that we limit your comments to 3 minutes. I'll move the consent agenda.
Second?
Reading of the City Council minutes of June 19th. 4 is a motion acknowledging the June 13th Board of Adjustment actions. 5 is a resolution authorizing the Emergency Medical Services Division to accept the donation of 4 carbon monoxide monitors from Region 3 Emergency Preparedness. 6 is a resolution amending the position classification manuals and salary schedule by adding a GIS analyst. 7 is a resolution authorizing payment to L&L Builders for the Rivers Landing Parking Facility Elevators Upgrade Project Phase 1. 8 is resolution proposing to sell all of the vacated 2nd Street, the petitioners Antonio and Adolfo Arenas. 9 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase airport liability insurance from Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services. 10 are actions relating to grants. A is a resolution authorizing the police department to accept the Burn Justice Assistant Grant Funds for the Tri-State Drug Task Force. B is a resolution accepting a grant agreement from the FAA to fund the rehabilitation of Terminal Apron Project. 11 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a funding agreement with the West Middle, providing home investment partnership funds for housing at 1200 and 1211 West 5th Street. B is a resolution approving an administrative agreement with the Iowa Municipalities Workers' Compensation Association for Chapter 411 medical-only claims for firefighters. C is a resolution approving a management agreement with Whitewater Sioux City for the operation of the Long Lines Family Recreation Center climbing wall. D is a resolution approving a contract to Subservco for the Bruner Avenue and Nash Street siphon project. I need to abstain. E is a resolution approving a contract with Pinrow Construction for the Al Haynes Drive Water Main Extension Project. F is a resolution approving a change order number 1 to the service provider agreement with Burnt Gurney and Associates to repair a pump with the wastewater treatment plant. G is a resolution approving a renewal option number 1 to the purchase order of the Old World LLC for caustic solution. 12 are applications for beer and liquor, for cigarette, tobacco, and nicotine vapor permits. 13 are applications for beer and liquor license, and 14 is boards and committee members. Anyone to be heard on any of those items?
yes, before we vote, I would like to ask Jill to come up from Neighborhood Services and speak on 11A, please. I would be remiss if we did not bring this wonderful project to light.
Sure. Jill Wanderscheid, Neighborhood Services Manager. I can just give a quick overview. If
Yep,
that's what
that
you're
would
looking
be
for. Okay. So this item 11A includes providing $1.7 million in home funds to construct 11 affordable homes on the basically the old West Middle site, soon to be called Isabella Square. The main site, and then also across the street, having 3 houses there, so 8 on the main site and then 3 on the other side. Home funds are federal funds that the city gets. It's a grant that we receive. And they are to be used to subsidize the creation of affordable housing. And we do that in many different ways, from rental assistance, security deposit assistance, the MyPad down payment assistance program, and then also the creation of affordable rental and owner-occupied housing. So what these funds do in this case is it'll subsidize or make up the difference basically between the cost of construction and what it appraises at, what we end up selling it at, to keep it affordable. We also provide down payment assistance to keep those monthly payments low as well.
And these homes will be average-sized, starter homes, 3-bedroom.
Yep.
1 bath, full basement. They'll each have their own yard, garage, driveway, regular homes, right?
Yes.
This has been a labor
Yes.
of love
Yes.
for a group of us. I believe I started working on this probably 1 year into being on city council, looking for infill, looking for places, and I found out that that property was vacant, and city staff contacted Mr. Heiseroth. Would you like to come up? And in the beginning, the city was interested in purchasing the land and beginning a housing development themselves, but Dan preferred to work with the city instead.
Sure. I appreciate working with the staff and with council in developing this ground. We've had it, I think, for about 14, 15 years now, and really wrestled with what would fit in the neighborhood, whether it's apartments of some sort or, what to put there. And of course, working with the West Side Coalition, which I don't know if Tiffany's here tonight or not, but, and working with Jill, came up with this plan that I think works really well, developing the homes and adding a city park in there as well. So I think it's a great combination. I appreciate your help, and hopefully a few years from now, we'll have it all completed and sold.
I'm sold, right.
I want to say
Thank you.
personally, I appreciate it. I was in the last graduating class of
My
It's
wife
been a
went there
long-
as well a few years before
a
that. so.
long time coming.
Yep.
Yeah, so there'll be 11 houses available, 8 on the square, Isabella Square, and there'll be a small park there, and then 3 houses across the street to the south on 5th Street, correct?
Yes.
I'm so excited about this.
Yes, we are too.
It's the beginning of something
yeah,
good. It's showing
absolutely.
that, yes, we can do this. We can create some affordable housing. And I think it's good to have it in pockets like this so that everyone's integrated with everyone else. And these homes will look like they belong there when you're done.
And our goal is typically the monthly payments, so tax, insurance, mortgage is typically under $1,000 per month, and that's what we consider affordable for.
Absolutely.
Based on what people are paying in rent and stuff in our community, so.
Right, they'll be able to live here less than rent. I know the 3 little houses over on, what's that street?
Center Street.
Center Street are in the
Much smaller.
$600 to $700 range that they're
Yes.
making payments. And yes, they're smaller, but they still had a potential. They had, 750, 800 square feet, then they had the fully finished, or the basement that they could finish if not. But you know what? Teens can hang out down there too if they want a little family room. So, very good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we made it this far. I cannot tell you how warm my heart is. It's just, when I looked up my first email that said, hey, can you check into this property for me? It was a long time ago. So appreciate it very much. Looking forward
you.
to getting it started.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Mayor, I have a question on agenda item 11C. Maybe a comment to Matt Salvatore. Matt, thank you for bringing this back to council. A few weeks ago, we had quite a support of the Long Lines climbing wall facility and how important it is to the community. Am I reading this correctly, that we have an extension through September?
Matt Salvatore, Parks and Recreation Director. Yes, it's a 3-month extension extending through September 30th, 2023.
Based on terms that you negotiated with the,
This is based on the terms of the previous contract, and then we're working on negotiating more of a long-term contract. So we're going to check in around August 1st to see where things are at, and then hopefully bring something forward.
so for now, it's business as usual.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep, you're welcome.
For your good work on that. Then on item 13A1B Hard Rock and 13B1A Hard Rock, I need to abstain, conflict of interest.
It passes 4-0. 15 is a hearing and resolution approving plans and specs for the Martin Building basement and sub-basement structural concrete repair project. I'll move that.
Second?
Public hearing is now open. Is anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. 16 is a hearing and resolution approving plans and specs for the Tyson Event Center tuck pointing and sealant project. I'll move that.
Second.
Public hearing is now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. 17 is a hearing and resolution approving plans and specs for the wastewater treatment ultraviolet light disinfection project. I'll move that.
Second.
Anyone to be heard? The public hearing is now open. Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. 18 is a hearing and resolution assenting to the request of Camp High Hopes to annex land in the city property at 5800 and 6108 Correctionville Road. I'll move that.
Second.
Hearing now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 4-0. 19 is an ordinance amending Chapter 2.28 of the Transit System Advisory Board by changing the public meetings of the board to every other month. I'll move that.
Second.
Passes 4-0. Is anybody opposed to waiving the statutory rule?
No.
I'll move that.
Second.
Moore,
Aye.
O'Kane,
Aye.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye. I'll move second, third.
Second.
O'Kane,
Aye.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
20 is an ordinance amending Chapter 5.20 solid waste to modify fees for solid waste collection. I'll move that.
Second.
Passes 4-0. I'd just soon wait on rate increases and do them over 3 times. That's okay. Citizens, any citizens to be heard, please come to the microphone and state your name and address.
These are effective July 1st.
Well, then they should have got them here quicker.
Pursuant to the contract that was already approved. It's just codifying it into the ordinance.
So we have to do it today.
Citizen concerns.
Niall, just a minute, just 1 second. I got to go back. We need to waive the statutory rule for item 20. Is anybody opposed to that?
No.
I always have this saying that your crisis should not be my crisis, so whoever's in charge of that needs to get them here, so we got 3 weeks in the future. Call the roll on, or I'll move to waive the rules.
Second.
Shaner,
Aye.
Not you, but
Scott,
aye.
Moore,
Aye.
O'Kane,
Aye.
I'll move second and third.
Second.
Scott,
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
O'Kane,
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
Okay, now citizen concerns. I'm sorry, come on up.
Joe Twidwell, 256 Firethorn Trail, Dakota Dunes, South Dakota. I'm the board president for the warming shelter. In the past 10 years, the warming shelter has served as the emergency shelter, primary emergency shelter in town, during which time it provided 119,000 nights of shelter and approximately 71,000 days of shelter. Our operating time 24/7 ran from November 1st through April 30th of every year. And then in the summer, we would be open limited hours from 9:30 until 3 to provide people the opportunity to get mail, laundry, showers, and use computers. Our mission has been to keep people alive who are without shelter. This summer, the board voted to try and stay open 24/7, 365. And we have been open up to this point. However, looking at our finances and our primary mission, that it being to keep people alive during the wintertime when the risk of death is the greatest, the board has voted to restrict our services this summer to effective July 9th, unless we get adequate funding, restrict our services to serving families and those that have wheelchairs or are otherwise disabled with a walker. Just as an example, we've been averaging about 100 people a night. Recently, on a night where we had 90, we have 5 families with 8 children. 9 of the people are permanently disabled that we house. And we have a substantial number of people who have applied for disability and are on medication. We need to preserve our funds, and when we close, one of the things that needs to be pointed out is that when the public buildings, City Hall, county government, and the library closes, there are no public restrooms in downtown Sioux City. There's no public drinking fountain in downtown Sioux City. And when the library closes, there is no public Wi-Fi computer access for people to be able to apply for housing or to apply for jobs. We regret that we have to take this action, but without adequate funding, again, our mission is to keep people alive during the most threatening times of the year. So I just wanted to report that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone else be heard? Seeing none, Matthew?
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you for coming and sharing that. I think homelessness is a community problem, and it takes a community solution. So it takes everybody coming together to figure out a solution. On Saturday, last Saturday, I went to Acme Comics to deliver a proclamation for Cat Cressida Day. Met her. She was very nice. She's been in a lot of different features. Most of them my kids know. One from my childhood, Dexter's Laboratory. She was the voice of Dee Dee in Dexter's Laboratory. That was a lot of fun. I didn't realize that Disney is sending people here to Acme Comics. And so I dug into that a little bit, and apparently executives from Disney were really impressed with the fact that we have a comic book store of that caliber here in Sioux City. And so they have been sending individuals to Sioux City for events. And I haven't seen it as publicized as other events, so it was really exciting to be a part of. And they're going to continue to send people. So look forward to getting autographs from different Disney stars. This Thursday, the mayor will be speaking at the Heartland Summit, so I'm looking forward to that, right?
USG. Something.
Oh, it's going to be good, though.
Okay.
Other than that, the summer's in full swing. We had Rib Fest on Saturday, too. The farmer's market has been packed. The carnival has been packed. The one thing that I want to caution people against is fireworks. Please be respectful of fireworks. I have noticed, and I don't know if it's just me, I just happen to be a light sleeper, but in the past week, 3 nights I have woken up from people blasting off fireworks at 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if it's here, I don't know if it's for different events, it's definitely no events that I'm aware of. It seems to just be random occurrences of people blasting off fireworks. So I'm sure our police department is already overburdened with complaints regarding people shooting off fireworks. I would just like to remind everybody to be respectful. We have certain times when you can shoot off fireworks. And we have several individuals in our community suffer from things like PTSD. And if they are not expecting them to go off and they go off, it causes a lot of chaos for people. That is everything I'd like to share.
This weekend, we've got some things coming up that are super fun. Big parade is Friday, and that's to celebrate Mardi Gras with our sister city. That's going to begin at the Tyson. It's going to work its way over to 3rd Street, which is behind Historic 4th, and it'll go all the way down to Iowa Street. And there are probably 1 million beads that are going to be thrown and some candy for the kids, so please be present if you can. Well, Dan and I are going to throw 500,000 ourselves. I do know that.
At least.
And one thing about that is kind of keep the kids back. Kind of keep the kids back. We don't want to have any accidents. And then Saturday is the all-famous Saturday in the Park. We're expecting, I don't know, 15 or 20,000 people to be jammed in there. So I want everybody to show up and have a great time. And I pray that the weather holds out. Got some awesome entertainment planned. Thank you to those event planners. Thank you to those volunteers. It takes so many. Somebody even sneaked in and left us a t-shirt again, so appreciate that. And I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Okay, we have no meeting, correct, next Monday? No meeting next Monday. Everyone have a safe 4th of July celebration. And as Matthew pointed out, the fireworks, July 3rd, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m., July 4th, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. So hopefully you can respect what those times are for discharging fireworks. And I think that's all I have, Mayor.
I've got to confirm, but I think I'm going to haul Mitchell in that parade. Mitchell Betzworth, our latest gold medal winner at the Olympics. And what was the other thing? Oh, the Thursday, a bunch of old legend softball players in town will be playing at Hubbard Park at 6 o'clock. So you need to come out for that event because there will be a lot of players that played on national and world softball tournament teams back in the late 80s, early 90s. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Moore?
Aye.
O'Kane?
Aye.
Shaner?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Okay.